Welcome to part 2 of The Evil Within. This time, yeah, this time we're getting rolled into a assumable hospital bed. Yeah, this game's weird. This scene doesn't go on for too long, so don't worry too much. And I'm only talking over it because nothing's being said. This is like part of the context, like trying to figure out what's going on in the background and what's actually happening. And don't worry, by the end of the game this will make sense. If it doesn't, I'll explain it. I'm getting a lot of Metal Solid 1 vibes from that light. You know, in the torture where you're looking up and all you can see is the lights. And this game loves the colour red. I haven't got really anything to say, nothing's happening. Except we're about to get nabbed by a monster. That's happening. And now we get introduced to what I just always like to call a safe zone. And we've actually got a health bar now, hey! Which also means we can now die. Yay. Well, can die easier. Because you could die in the first chapter, just it took a bit of effort to get yourself killed. Yeah, this is our safe zone. Like when you're wandering around, you'll find like access to this area. It's like a hospital ward. Well, I think it is anyway. Hello, nurse.
Are we awake?
Is everyone else all right? The city.
Whatever are you talking about? You are the only soul here. Right now.
Yeah, right now. Doesn't mean anyone else might get dragged into here.
Hospital.
No, it is a hospital. Right, I'm going to do this passively, but every time you enter here, look at that shelf, because there might be something there, and look at that bulletin wall, because there might be something on the wall.
Please, sign in here. Without signing in, there is no way to ensure your future memories.
No way to ensure your this is your save point. Unless, if you beat the chapter, you get given a free save point, but other than that, you've got to save through this. Thankfully, it doesn't take too long to save. After you save, she'll go into the next room, and she'll let you into the upgrade room. It's this room. Because as you'll see scattered about, you'll see this green, like these green gel bottles. Pick up as much of that as you can. I think we've got 100 right now because we found one on the bed shelf. You use that for upgrades.
You are all right. Please relax.
And this chair is the magic chair.
Please, have a seat.
You'll see when we sit down.
What the hell?
You mustn't fight it.
Yeah, of all the ways to get your upgrades, get needles jabbed into your head by really weird contraption and blah 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 words. You know what I meant.
There now.
Contraption.
See? All better.
Lady, am I going crazy?
This line couldn't have been any better use. Lady, am I going crazy? Now let's make everything go crazy as soon as he says that.
I'll be waiting.
The letterbox went for a split second. So for a split second, the game considered us in game. It didn't consider us in cutscene. And we're near enough fine. Our health bars.
Shit. What the hell is going on?
Right, I'm gonna have to explain a few things as we go. Yeah, there's a syringe. Our health bar, the way it works is, if your health bar's below a certain point, like it is now, it's flashing red, you won't be able to move as fast. If it's above that point, you can move normally. So now we can move.
Connolly.
Beneath our white health bar is sprint meter. That appears like every time you press L1 on PlayStation, so it will be left bumper on Xbox. And then the big like circle, that circle there, that's where our current inventory is on us, what's on us at that very moment. Like later on when we get guns or whatever, that'll be what will go there. Our sprint's kind of pathetic early on, so get used to it. Also, with the upgrades later on, you could make it last something like 10 seconds straight of running. You want to have like an element of exploration. The only reason I'm not running around the forest too much is because I'd get lost, and I don't want to get lost because I don't want to waste you guys' times. And this will save your neck all the way up to like near the end. Because that lantern has unlimited fuel in it. Nice try there, Sebastian. Running down a hill like that, there's only one way it was going to end. You want to be semi-stealthy as you approach. But never mind, the game will just take control. You see that in the inventory, we picked up the pistol. Wait, it's a basic revolver, it's not the Magnum we'll get later on. Now, if you've played Resident Evil 1, this will look very familiar. It's a giant reference to that, it's a one-to-one. Since this gun's in its most basic form, the damage we're doing is piss poor, but also the accuracy, fire rate, and a few other things are not going to be that good either. There's something quite satisfying about doing that. It's the same in Dead Space when you stamp the enemy. It's quite satisfying. I'm going to put it on a quick select. Actually, no, I kind of want it on up. Because you can actually put the gun away, like so. And it's supposed to be so you can get a better use of the lantern, but most of the time you'll be too busy dealing with what's going around to actually want to use the lantern. If you press the left stick in, you can turn it on and off at any given point. This is what I mean by it's unlimited. You really don't have to worry about the lantern. The only thing is that enemies will spot you a lot easier if you have the lantern glowing in your pocket.
Whoa. Were you warning me about this? You are Leslie, right? I'm a police officer. Maybe I should help you.
Maybe.
Shit. How am I gonna get you to a hospital? Hospital!
Right, one thing the game won't outright tell you, but you will notice, there's blood particles in the air that you can just vaguely see. Those blood particles are always there when you're near a trap. So you can become aware that you're near a trap without actually spotting it, and it's so helpful. There are points later on where that will save your neck. That's telling you about sprint. This chapter is not too bad, like difficulty wise. It's not going to charge you too much. Right, this game's a bit of a dick with the way it does here. It tells you about tutorials of matches, because what you do, matches are so you can burn bodies so they don't get back up. What the game doesn't tell you is that if you already killed them, they're not getting up anyway. That body's not getting up anyway, so don't waste the match. It's inactive. What you're supposed to do is use a bit of a prediction tool, because later on there'll be enemies that will pretend to be dead but won't actually be. They'll be on the ground laying there and they won't move, but as soon as you walk past they'll get up and chase. That's what you're supposed to use your matches on. And there's also a few other cool little tricks you can do with it. Right, every time you see that the hospital symbol there, that means it's a way back to the hospital to, if you want to upgrade or just heal up in general. I'd say track them all down as you go, just for the sake of convenience, and because sometimes you get these, and you can read about Sebastian's history up until this point. Like that one was just covering that he's just got his detective like plate, so he's only just joined the force. And his notes that he writes in his little diary give him so much more personality than he actually has in this game.
Back here again.
Because no offense to Sebastian, I thought he's a cool character and all, but my word can he be emotionless sometimes. I mean, I've seen more emotion out of Cloud.
I don't know if that was a bad dream, or this is.
Look, yeah, look, there's a newspaper here we can pick up now. Victims had surgery performed on them. And on the other side, there's this slapped against the wall. Leslie's missing poster. Leslie's that mad patient we bumped into when we met the trap. Let's have a look, see what upgrades we can actually get now. You know, he gets used to this pretty quickly. Okay, we can't get any natural abilities. We can put a few into our gun. And we can increase our ammo. You might want to keep an eye on your stock, because only having 5 matches on you at a time will get you massacred later on. And only having so many bullets... The people who can do the hardest difficulty, no upgrade runs are stuff of legend, really. Yeah, I'll put the accuracy up because we'll need it. When it comes to weapons, I usually put my focus into accuracy, firepower, then it comes fire rate, then I usually go to critical before I start going to ammo. Because you can get critical strikes, which is just that you'll do near enough double damage if you get a headshot, but it's only a percentage chance you'll get it, and you can increase the percentage chance. I can't remember how, I think you can increase it up to 80%, so it's most shots, if you shoot them in the head, will be a critical. Which on almost any enemy in this game will be that's a one-hit kill, which is amazing. Yeah, still got it. I've only got 2 shots in this thing though, so I'm gonna have to be a bit careful. That's another part of this game. You cannot waste bullets. It's a survival game. You have to be really aware of your bullets. Alright, stealth kills... If an enemy doesn't hear you and you stand straight up and walk behind them, it won't let you do the stealth kill. You have to be in stealth mode for it to let you do this. And it also works for other forms of stealth kill. Like, if you've got like a glass bottle and you throw it at an enemy's face to distract them, you can't just sprint up to them and stab them straight through the head. You have to sprint up to them, crouch, then stab them straight through the head. It's kind of stupid. But that's only a minor problem. At some points I might end up running around just mashing the X button, because the contextual action, it won't tell you immediately. Here's something, I can see it from here. Scattered around the game are these weird little angel statue things. Destroy them, because every single one of them drops a special key. These special keys will give you like life-saving stuff later on. Because there's this giant vault in the hospital filled with loads of cases, and inside each of them is random, so don't try and predict out which one's the best one. And they'll have ammo, they'll have poison, they'll have stupendous amounts of experience points, they'll have anything you could ever hope to have, so trying to hunt down those keys should be your priority. Never got all of them though.
Hey, are you guys from around here? I don't know where...
Yikes. They very... ooh. Yeah, there's a bottle right next to us, so I can show off what I meant earlier about smashing you in the face and having to crouch before you can do it. You can burn this in these bushes, but there goes your only cover from hiding. Oh, he's seen me, so I might want to throw it now. Is it? He's distracted, so I'll go up to him, and then like crouch, then it will let me do the stab. Now let's get the other one. On my test playthrough, I accidentally pressed the triangle button instead of the X, and the thing hit me for it. It wasn't fun times. You know, I think I've got that recorded. I'll throw it in on the end of me fucking it up and accidentally punching it. that's the thing, if you punch an enemy, you then can't get the stealth kill and they notice you, and I just sort of eventually just sort of accepted the death because it was a waste of bullets. Anything in here? Oh, more syringes. I can see blood particles, so that means we're near a trap. I'll heal up a bit more first. Later on, I'm going to try and upgrade the health syringe as much as possible, because it starts to become a thing of... It becomes less about a thing of how much health you have, and more about how much health you have in the moment. And so you need to have better health recovery than actual health. Here's the trap. And that one's attached to a bomb, Christ. The mechanical parts we get in there will allow us to make crossbow bolts later on. So try and collect as much as you can, like pay attention, get traps, and get your parts. If you go right up to the end here, you get like a little extra little scene that you don't have to get.
I feel like I'm being pulled just looking at it.
That's where we're working towards, for now. There's going to be a few chapters yet before we actually get there, but hey ho. Oh, I really need to upgrade the sprint meter because that will get us killed. Because we only get something like 2 or 3 seconds at the start. Is there anything back here? Oh, I can see someone else. I'm going to turn the light off. Right, it's checkpointed us. I would take the shot, but as we saw from the detective earlier, it won't be enough. You know, once you beat the game, you're actually given a rocket launcher for New Game Plus. It's quite cool. It's not unlimited though. You get 20 shots and you have to use them wisely. You also get a few other weapons depending on what difficulty you beat. Like, you get brass knuckles if you beat it on the hardest difficulty, which just one-shot everything, by the way. I'm trying to think of what to do whilst I'm talking. It's not easy to do. This game requires a lot of thought of what you do and what your actions, because especially early game, you're not strong enough to handle the enemies. They can do way too much to you before you can do anything to them. Let's just... Oh! Okay, there's probably a trap there and an enemy saw me then. Yeah, there was, and he heard, so he's coming over. That's not going to hit him, I'm going to run. Oh, bear traps. Bear traps don't really hurt you that much, they just sort of hold you in place. But they don't hurt as much as they should, as you'd expect them to. But they're really easy to disarm, so you get like a free part. Oh, he saw me, fuck. Alright, now it comes fists. There is a pattern to these. If you hit them once, they'll get stunned. If you hit... Not cool. If you hit them once, they'll get stunned. If you hit... Oh, that one didn't work because I already threw them back. Punch one, stun, and then they'll turn back. And he blew up. Yeah, their heads explode when they're gone, so yeah. Ow. Right, there's another trap here, so I'm going to lure this one here. Since we know from that a minute ago, where we just got blown up, that this works, I'm going to actually lure this guy to the trap. Come on.
Out of ammo?
Yes. Oh, and he dropped gel. Yeah, sometimes enemies will drop the gel themselves, so you might want to try and be wary. I'm not going to say try and take out every enemy you come across, because sometimes it's just not worth it. But do keep an eye out. It might save you, like. That was a good amount of gel. Yes, it was stunned, so we can't move as fast as we want. Fun thing though, your health will naturally regenerate to the part just after the heavy damage point if you stand still. Well, if you look, it's slowly going back up. And eventually it'll go back to normal, so we can move again. Just, we're still on relatively low health, so I'm going to use a syringe. That's another trap, I can see that. Oh, there's a disarming point. think I'm going to open that gate and then call it a part. But this is what I mean. Burn these, because these are pretending to be dead. See? Now we can turn this, because if you go to turn this otherwise, they get up and attack you. But now they can't because they're on fire. And you might have also noticed, if you stack, if bodies are near each other, you can set them all on fire with one match. So abuse that like nobody's business. Anyway, I'm going to call this part because we've made quite a bit of progress through Chapter 2 this part. So next time on The Evil Within, we'll figure out what's going on in this chaos and maybe try and get out of here. Until then, take care now.